Hello everybody, today I'm going to be taking you through step by step how to do our straight path practice document. So if we look at the first page, once we open up our straight path practice in Illustrator, our first instructions are to select our pen tool, which is over here in our toolbar. You can also press P as in pencil on your keyboard. From there, we want to go ahead and turn our fill color off. So we're going to go over here and turn our fill off. Next, we are going to adjust our stroke weight to 4. So we're going to complete the straight path practice on the following artboards. Follow the numbered steps to draw the lines and shapes. Always click and release the mouse. Do not hold the button down and drag. This is going to create a curved path, which is what we will be doing later. But today we want all of our paths to be straight. And remember to end each line before attempting to start a new one by pressing the Enter Return key on your keyboard, which we'll get to in just a moment. First things first, let's go ahead and go to number 1, which is our simple. It's just a horizontal line. First thing you're going to do is simply just click once with your mouse. As we start moving over here to our point number 3, all we're going to do is click here and release. And then once we have our line and our line is visible, we're just going to hit Escape on our keyboard, which is in the top left-hand corner, and we've just done our first horizontal line. For step number 2, we have our simple vertical line. This is going to be very, very similar. Step 1, we're going to go down here and we're simply going to click once and release. And we're going to go up to the top here. And once again, we're going to go ahead and click once and release, and we'll get our line. Now that we have our line, to stop it, we're going to go ahead and hit Escape in the top right of our keyboard, and that will stop our line for us. Now we're going to do a diagonal line. We're going to go down here in the bottom left, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to click once and release, and then we're going to go up to this corner here and click once and release. Now that we're done making our line, we're going to hit Escape in the top left of our keyboard. Now, multiple horizontal lines. So step 1, we're going to go up to the top left here, and we're simply going to click once with our mouse. And we're going to go over to step 2 here, and we're going to click again. Once we see our line, we're going to hit Escape on our keyboard. Now we're going to repeat this 2 more times here. We're going to go over in the middle section, click once and release. We're going to go over to step 2 here, click once and release. Once we have our second line, we're going to hit Escape on our keyboard. We're going to do the same thing here at the bottom, click once, go over here, click again. Now that we have our line, we're going to hit Escape to stop. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab space bar with my hand or on my keyboard, and with my little hand, click, hold, and drag. And we're going to go down to where it says step 5, multiple vertical lines. For this one, all we're going to do is go down to the bottom here. Same thing like we did with our vertical lines. We're going to click once here. We're going to go up to the top, click again once. Once we have our line and we want to stop, we're going to hit Escape on our keyboard. And we're going to repeat that process in the middle here. Click once, release, go up to the top here, click once again, release. Now that we're done, let's go ahead and hit Escape on our keyboard. One more time here, click once here, go up to the top here, click again, and then hit Escape to stop our line. Pretty simple. So now we're going to do a single line with multiple anchor points. So we're essentially just going to have one long zigzag line. So what we're going to do is go down here at the bottom to start. We're going to click once, and we're simply going to go over to where it says 5 here. Oh, we're going to go to 2, I'm sorry. Click once here and release. Go up to 3. We're going to click here and release. And then we're going to go to 4, click and release. And then 5, click and release. Once we have this sort of hook shape, we're then going to hit Escape on our keyboard. So then we stop. Next, letter 7, we're going to go ahead and we are going to start connecting these dots here. We're going to start at number 1. We're going to click once. We're going to go up to 2 and click once. We're going to go down to where it says 11. Oh, sorry. We're going to go to where it says 3. If you mess up like I just did, go ahead and hit Command Z, and that will undo that point. And then we'll go over to where it says 3, click once, 4, click once, 5, click once, 6, click once and release. We'll go back down to 7, click once and release, 8, click once and release, and so on and so forth as we complete this letter M. Once we get back to 1, all we have to do is just click on our anchor here, and it's then just going to connect and end that line for us. We're going to do the same thing here for our 5-point star. We're going to start up in the corner, click once, release, go to 2, click once, release, 3, click once, release, 4, 5, 6, and the rest of the way. Again, all I'm doing is just clicking and releasing, and that line is just following behind me. Again, once I get back to 1 or 11, I'm just going to connect that point and it will end for me. I do not have to hit escape. And then we're just going to go ahead and complete the rest of these. Click, hold, or click and release at all of our points. If you ever mess up, again, just hit Command Z and it's going to undo that for you. And then once you get back to the beginning and you connect your lines, it will end that shape for you. Now to get back, I'm just going to hold spacebar on my keyboard. And now we're going to get to this 10, which is an irregular shape. All you're going to do is just connect all these corners just simply by clicking once and releasing and going and clicking on each corner just to connect that line. So again, I am not dragging anything. I'm just simply clicking once, as you can hear my mouse probably, as I click once and just connect these lines here. And then once we get back to the beginning, it'll connect that line for us. This abstract shape going to be the same thing. All you're doing is just connecting your points. So I'm just going around clicking on each of these corners just to fill in this space. And you're going to do the same process for all of the other shapes. And then we're going to talk about the bottom here in the next video.